You seem to think that the Chiefs dynasty is over. I don't think it quite is. I'm gonna let you plead your case here first, there, Eugene. Why do the Chiefs just need to pack it up now? What's going on?
Well, I just like I mean I kind of like I wasn't trying to spoil my lead in my last segment. I was trying not to, but it's just they're putting the resources. And again, I get it. Put put in the offensive line, but they're still not doing it in the skill position side, right? I mean, Travis Kelsey, great. I think he's great. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, but you don't have that you still need a wide receiver. The running back room hasn't improved. It's still you're not seeing them at least go through free agency, bring in guys. I mean, like I said in the last segment, Kareem Hunt was out there the other day. I didn't know the guy. I thought he was a free agent. I didn't even realize he was still on the team. And
Yeah, he is.
yeah,
He is definitely still out there for sure.
again, not a bad choice. I'm not saying he's not
I mean, Pacheco's still
worthy
out there, man.
Pacheco, but again, the numbers are declining. I mean, again, he's a smaller back, and I thought I love the guy. I love that he runs like his hair's on fire, but eventually that's going to catch up to you, right? If you don't bulk up somewhere, they just yes, worthy. I think it's a great pick, and I know they're going to get Rice back right in a few games. Maybe and again, maybe there's Rice to ship, but that's just my concern. And the points per games uh, have started to decrease. The yards, the area yards are going down with Mahomes. It's just it it just doesn't feel like it feels like we're going to run out the same thing, and you guys are not going to beat us. And I think teams are starting to figure them out. Again, now that the game against Philadelphia, does it change if Kelsey makes that catch? Absolutely, it does. But we're just starting to see that the trend be more common. Now again, last year, they were amazing in one-score games,
Hmm.
and I get it. This year,
It kind of came
it's
on later. It seems like last year, right? Like that they went
right,
on a run
right,
maybe a little later.
yeah, and they were awesome in those one-score games, and now maybe obviously it's auto-correcting itself this year, but if if here's the thing, if you were just so amazing in one score games last year, and you got away with a lot of stuff last year, you got some penalties here, and I'm not going to be those people who think the NFL's rigged, but if you got away with a lot of things last year, you're like, oh man, we got some things that went our way a lot. You need to look at those things and go, okay, how did we get those things, and what do we need to improve on? No, it did. They looked at the line that was from the Super Bowl. They looked at it and said, "Yes, we have to find a way to protect Mahomes." They did that, but it's just like they said. I feel like they did that and like, well, we're done. We don't need to do anything else.
So you feel like they stopped there, is what you're saying. You feel like that's all they did, is
Yes,
what you're saying.
right. And here's the thing. I've been saying this for like the last 2-3 years. Look at D Hop, DeAndre Hopkins. Look what he
Yeah,
did
man.
last Sunday. I mean,
Yeah, for sure. Picked him up
I
on
mean,
my
I'm not
fantasy team. I'm gonna try to maybe run him
right.
out there this Sunday.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not saying he's not. He's not obviously he's not elite, but he was sitting right there. He's a guy that he's a dude. Like they used to be the team that would get dudes that used to do things. It's like, okay, look, he's not going to get you 1,000 yards. He's not going to do this, but in a pinch, or if you need a first down, or you need something, you can rely on him. And that's the one thing you're not seeing with the Chiefs. They used to be so good at that. You'd be like, oh, that's such a Chief player. I can't believe they got him. Oh, that makes so much sense. And remember, New England was like that, right? They used to get
Yeah.
just guys like that. You're like, okay, right. He's not this elite anymore, but he's still a name. He's still a guy that can catch the ball, and that's what they're just missing those guys, just the guys that the veteran guys that used to be signing for the minimums or whatever, and give them incentives. Hey, like you catch this many balls, ball off, you make this much money, and we're just not seeing that. So that's I just until something changes, I'm just out until because I'm not seeing it. Unless, I mean, again, I'm getting my eyes checked on Saturday, so maybe I'm going blind. So, but you tell me what am I missing?
Well, I think one of the main things here is that number 15 is still there. As long as Patrick Mahomes is still there and he's young, he's going into his prime. I understand that sometimes you got to retool around a guy. Sometimes it might be like a Kobe Bryant, right? You come out, you have success early, and the later wins may be with a Paul Gasol. That might not be with Shaq anymore. You might have later wins. So I'm kind of seeing that with Kelsey here in the team in general. In certain ways, maybe the next way of winning won't look the same as it has before. But when you think about what some of the wide receivers, I like their wide receiver core. They had Hollywood Brown. They tried, with Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
Injury last year, right? Was that Rashee Rice? He's on my fantasy team. He got injured last year, and then Xavier Worthy's also on my fantasy team this year. I don't know why I went back to the well, but I did, and he also got injured very early. So I think that these guys come back, then there's a chance that the offensive production kind of steps up a little bit. Pacheco's back healthy. Defense doesn't look terrible. I think it could be better for sure. But I think that if they were to get healthier, the only thing that I really worry about is the age with somebody like Travis Kelce, somebody that's been such pivotal offensively to the team. Where is the up and coming Travis Kelce on the team?
Right.
I would like to see something like that. If I could get more clarity there, I would have more certainty of this take. But I do think that it's not over as long as 15 is there, man. I think that you can rebuild around the guy, and he's gonna continue to get better. He said he's trying to throw the deep ball better, and whether or not we can see that come to fruition this season, it's only been a couple games, but he's definitely said he's been working on it. Whether or not we see that come to fruition, it's nice to see that a guy who has won that many championships is working on something. He's going in, he's not just settling for I've already won. He could just sit back right now, to be honest with you, if he wanted to. He didn't have to really. He can go win about 9 games as long as he has a winning season. But people are really going to bother him is Patrick Mahomes. He's already kind of settled, but it shows me that he's still hungry. He wants more chips. And I think that I trust Andy Reid, and I think that they can get them. I don't think the door has shut completely.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, it's a great point. Cause again, they can get all these pieces back, and they
may not have earned any confidence in that. You know what I mean? I understand that. Yeah, man. And but Super Bowl last year, right? Super Bowl last. I mean, It's not like.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's not like they're gonna we're gonna be in the about part of the draft. I think again, that's where you have to be like.
It's the 0-2 panic, man. That's what it is. I think that's it too. The 0-2. If you already are looking at a team with the points that you brought up before, and you're saying, hey, well, this and they're not passing the eye test as well. So you're looking at this team and you already have these thoughts, and on top of that, they're not passing the eye test. Then sometimes it can lead to like confirmation kind of what you were saying. But as long as you can switch guys in and out, Patrick Mahomes is there with the team. It's not like he's 40 or anything. He'll be all right.
No.
And he's working on his game. So I'm trusting that process, and I'm trusting that process to work out for the Kansas City Chiefs, and hoping it does work out for the Kansas City Chiefs. But it is a lot of trust, right? It is a lot of trust. And their defense is still pretty good. I mean, it's not terrible.
No,
I mean, you were playing Justin Herbert's a tough out. Yeah,
right. Yeah. It's not like, again, yes, correct. It's not like you went against it's not like you went against Carolina and Cleveland, right? Your first 2 games. Right. You went against the Super Bowl champions from last year, and then you went against Super Bowl, and then you went against Herbert, who's kind of, like I said, on that fringe of like when is he going to take that mantle to be in the elite conversation? So he's had those moments.
He's going to need those same things that Baker's going to need. I think that, but the only thing is with Herbert, he could probably take it quicker because he's was drafted by his team. So if he stays there, he's drafted by his
Right.
team. He can stay on
Right.
that type of
That same
legacy.
trajectory.
You know?
Yeah.